Hello there and welcome to my channel. Today I watched Migration and now want to review it for you. It's a kid-friendly animated adventure about a family of ducks going on vacation for the first time. The story was written by Mike White and Benjamin Renner and then adapted into a screenplay by Mr. White. The film was directed by Benjamin Renner and Gilo Hamzi and stars Kumail Nanjiani as Mac, Elizabeth Banks as Pam, Tressie Ghazal as Gwen, and Casper Jennings as Dax. The film starts with Mac and his family at their home. They live in a small pond and have never left out of fear. Mac is terrified of everything and tries to keep his family safe by limiting their exposure to the outside world. When a flock of ducks stops to rest in their pond, Mac's wife Pam and his kids Dax and Gwen all start asking questions about their destination. After hearing stories about Jamaica, they decide to go on their first migration and convince Mac to go along with them. The film covers 3 stories from their journey and sees them make new friends, explore new cities, and take on a deranged celebrity chef. There's a bit of humor, a few lessons, and some action. The cast is made up of Mac and his family, Pam, Gwen, Dax, and Uncle Dan, and the different groups they encounter on their journey. Each group has a few named characters and a bunch of background extras. They meet some herons, a flock of pigeons, a parrot, and 2 flocks of ducks. Mac is a scaredy cat who tries to keep his family safe from the world. He also likes to joke around a lot and is surprisingly good at dancing. His wife Pam is an adventurous woman who can also be a bit impatient. She's good at negotiating and tries to keep everyone calm throughout the journey. Gwen is Mac's daughter and an adventurous and somewhat domineering presence like her mother. She likes to joke around like her father and uses every tool at her disposal to get what she wants. Dax is the older son who is brave and a bit headstrong. He thinks he's ready for the world and is eager to prove it. The visual journey involves the family of ducks migrating across the United States of America. Their adventure starts in a rural pond and sees them visit New York City, a swamp, a duck farm, a beach, and Jamaica. There is a bit of action in the form of chase scenes and even a mini riot, a bit of visual humor, and lots of scenes of the birds soaring through the air and taking in all kinds of sights. The soundtrack is full of scored instrumentals with the occasional original song popping up for a scene. The instrumentals follow the story to the letter and prop up the emotional journey at every turn. It's a full orchestra doing the music, so there is a good variety of instruments and sounds coming from the soundtrack. They managed to pull out all kinds of emotions: fear, happiness, sadness, majesty, etc. Okay, so how was the film? The writing is consistent across the board. The story is a lighthearted adventure with some good moments in it. The characters are a bit shallow, and their emotional journeys are too, but they work well for a child audience. There is lots of good humor, there are some great action moments, and the story as a whole is generally exciting to watch. Each of the mini stories comes with a new threat and helps Mac grow as a person. It's easy to root for Mac and his family, and there are enough good moments that the story is entertaining. Cast-wise, there are a lot of solid performances. The humor comes with great timing, delivery, and in a variety of forms. There are also a few emotional moments that are done well. No one stands out for a poor performance. That said, there are no standouts either. No character is given enough dialogue to really make a name for themselves, and there aren't any big monologues or emotional moments that require a difficult performance. Visually, the film is colorful and captivating to watch. Every time the birds take off and fly around, we get beautiful visuals of the landscapes below and nice shots of them having fun in the air. They visit a plethora of cool locations with a lot of detail and vibrance to them, and we get a lot of great scenes taking place within those areas. There were a lot of standout moments throughout the film too. The action was surprisingly well choreographed and we got to see a couple of awesome chase scenes. There was also a lot of hilarious visual humor, and they managed to mix the action and humor in a way that only cartoons can. My favorite moment was the duck cannon at the end. It was just so funny. Sound-wise, the film makes wonderful use of its tracks to support the emotional journey, but the music isn't all that memorable. The scored tracks are behind every scene, and they are mixed incredibly well. They never interfere with the dialogue or overtake the scenery, but they do complement it impeccably. At one point, they recreated the scene from Jurassic Park where the island first comes into view, and the majestic music plays in behind it. It makes the land you're looking at feel like a wondrous and unexplored place, and this film managed to recreate that moment wonderfully with 2 different scenes. The first time the family takes off and when they finally arrive in Jamaica. Both were incredible moments. Unfortunately, outside of those moments, the music is a bit too generic to stand out. Overall, Migration is a fun, family-friendly film that does a light journey well. There's a bit of humor, a bit of action, and a message about standing up for yourself and being brave. The story is a bit shallow, and the soundtrack is a bit generic, but it's an entertaining film. As for a rating, I'd give this film a 7 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye-bye.